Welcome back, lovely people. How the dickens are you? Well, I hope. Well, you know, here on the channel, we're stacked with lovely guests. And this show you will love, because those of you who love the warm welcome of Holland America Line cruising, you're absolutely going to love what we have coming your way, with some mighty offers that are all inclusive, plus so much more. But first, if you're new to Holland America, let's take a quick look at what you can expect when you savour the journey. And here to tell us how we can have it all is brand new friend to the show from Holland America, Emma Paulino. Emma, welcome. It's lovely to have your company. Thank you for your time, as always. Holland America, oh my word, it's so loved, isn't it?
It is.
So loved by so many people who it is their cruise line.
Absolutely.
Why do you think that is?
So we have many first-time cruisers, particularly for Alaska, a destination we'll be talking about today, who then, you know, very soon become accustomed to all of our premium touches on board. They love our service, they love our food, obviously a hugely important part of the cruise experience. So then they become loyal mariners and kind of look at our global product and see everything that we have to offer, which is great.
And there's a beautiful familiarity throughout the fleet as well, isn't it? I know one thing that people really home in on is the fact that you have that wonderful open promenade deck that goes right the way around every one of the ships. Yes. And it really gives you that kind of mix of classic cruising and the very finer touches of cruising as well. Exactly,
yeah. The wraparound deck is famous, as you know. So lots going on. You know, in Alaska, that's where we'll bring our rangers up there and our onboard naturalists to kind of do all those lovely wildlife viewings. And people just love, you know, getting their steps in the morning, grabbing a coffee. So yeah, so much going on for everyone.
And of course, a lot of people, when Holland America kind of comes to mind, a lot of people do think of Alaska, but of course, there's a big wide world beyond Alaska that Holland America can take you to as well.
Exactly. So it's a key destination for us. It's our baby. We've been, you know, sailing there the longest. So we've had our We Are Alaska campaign. There's so much that we do around the destination to kind of bring it to life on board. But as you say, people then, you know, realise that we're a worldwide product and have so much to offer our guests as well.
Yeah, it is wonderful. Actually, the more you learn about Holland America, if you've never been on board before, and I'll count myself there as well. I've just been hinting for my next trip. I'm doing well so far, Emma, as well, aren't I? It's good to see. New friend to the show means more likelihood of getting on one of the ships. And actually, the more you learn about the brand, it's got such a variety. I mean, I had almost no idea in some ways just how broad the entertainment offering is, for instance, on board.
Absolutely, yeah. We've brought in a whole range of new partnerships over the last few years, which is amazing. So our music walk is kind of the heartbeat of the ship now. So we have a BB King's rock room, full 8-piece band. They're trained in Memphis at the BB King's Blues Club. We have our Rolling Stone rock room in partnership with Rolling Stone magazine. They're my two favourites, so I kind of tend to bounce between the two. And we have a billboard on board, dueling piano bar as well.
Yeah,
so just watching everyone
super good.
Hop between, yeah.
It really
amazing.
does. Right, let's do some sailing then. Let's get on with it, shall we? I think we're about ready to set sail for some fabulous offers. Well, now we've picked some awesome ones as well. So if you fancy a double whammy cruise as opposed to a dummy, you don't want a dummy. You do want a double whammy cruise though around the Caribbean for next winter, all inclusive, don't you? We've got just the thing for you. We are also off to the Far East for next winter with a stay in Hong Kong and 2 weeks of cruising Vietnam and Thailand with lots of extra cheer, thanks to Have It All from Holland America being part of the deal. We've got low deposits on all of the offers on the show as well. And as always, you know that booking sooner rather than later is locking in some amazing perks for you right now. So let's get started with an offer a little sooner to time. We're talking May here, and what a wonderful time to get up to Cruise Alaska. We've got a 10-night offer that will just be perfect for you. So off we pop hop to the airport on the 2nd of May to fly out to Vancouver in Canada. Before we cruise, we've got 2 nights in Vancouver in a hotel. Wonderful. Vancouver looks such a vibrant city. Honestly, it is the gateway to Alaska, of course, and lots of other wonderful activities that you can do in that part of the world. Things like the Rocky Mountaineer train journey, for instance, as well, which, of course, we can make part of this offer if you want us to as well. But look at the city itself, vibrant, and you've got 2 nights in a hotel there before we start cruising, and we're on board Koningsdam, Emma, and it looks just sheer relaxation.
She is. She's absolutely stunning. So she was the first of our Pinnacle class ships that launched in 2018. She's very contemporary, very sophisticated elegance on board. She has so much to offer in terms of, you know, the extra amenities in regards to dining and entertainment as well, with all of those fab dedicated venues. There are some amazing specialty restaurants as well, some of which that are included with our Have It All package that we'll discuss as well. So we've got our lovely a la carte French seafood brasserie restaurant on there, Tamarind, our Pan-Asian cuisine. She is 70% veranda, so amazing. You know, most people in Alaska obviously want to upgrade so that they can open their curtains in the morning and be amongst all that amazing, stunning scenery going by.
Yeah.
So our stunning, spacious staterooms and suites. She's absolutely beautiful.
Listen, something I want to pick up on as well, because I've been watching a few review videos as well recently, in addition to my, you know, normal research for the show. The extent of the menus and the size of the menus. So if you go main dining, first of all, it's different menus very regularly, which I love.
Yep.
And such a huge choice, which you would never expect from main dining.
Exactly, yeah, huge choice, and the main restaurant is, you know, 2-tiered, gorgeous restaurant, and it's the service that comes with as well. And obviously we're bringing that destination to life on board with regards to regionally inspired cuisine too. So, you know, you're in Alaska, you're going to expect all that lovely salmon on board, and we do lots of culinary demonstrations as well to kind of bring it to life. I
love the fact as well, there is a pool with fully retractable roof as well, so no matter whatever the weather, and of course you're coming up to Alaska here as well, but whatever the weather there, you can feel like you're in the Caribbean at the same time as well. So here is wonderful Alaska, and just a little flavour of the journey, the sights and the sounds that you'll enjoy while you're up in Alaska, and we'll go through the itinerary in more detail in just a second. Emma, you've been lucky enough to cruise up in Alaska as well. Just from your own personal perspective, take your Holland America hat off for a second. Tell me what you loved about Alaska.
So for me, the real highlight was Glacier Bay. It was a goosebump moment. You know, there was blankets out there, the atmosphere, there's just a vibe like no other in Alaska, and that's something I didn't, you know, initially expect. So seeing, you know, glaciers carve in the background, and they bring out mint pea soups and set up hot chocolate stations and an Alaskan beer station, which was my favourite. So, you know, you can get a boozy hot drink, cozy up under a blanket, and the, you know, pictures just don't do it justice. All the pictures I was taking, I was like, it just doesn't look the same.
I think that's the thing, isn't it, with Alaska, is that no matter how many times we show videos of it, take pictures of it or whatever, even the destinations, sometimes even the destinations, you look at the top attractions in the destinations and you think, you know, is that going to be the most interesting thing in the world? Actually living and breathing and being there is no substitute really, is there? No,
there's not. And I do think, you know, I'm desperate to go back. I went in 2018. And I think a lot of, you know, it is a bucket list destination, but
of course.
I truly believe it's somewhere you can go again and again, and just, you know, as you were saying, there's so many different ways you can do it. So you can go back and, you know, have a completely different experience. There's just so much to see. It's incredible.
Alrighty, let's take our itinerary through Alaska. We're doing a lot of scenic cruising here, as you would expect as well. So we're going to be scenic cruising through the Inside Passage, on then to Tracy Arm Inlet, which is actually 2 individual fjords. So that's a great place to actually see the glaciers carving as well. You're going into Juneau as well, which is a very, very kind of historic port as well. And of course, home of one of the biggest, in fact, is it the biggest glacier in the world, the Mendenhall Glacier? I believe it is. And it's constantly on the move, of course, as well. Whale watching, of course, is brilliant in this part of the world. You'll go into Skagway as well. Skagway, again, beautiful. You can take the White Pass Summit excursion there along the old Gold Rush route, because of course this was Gold Rush country a long time ago. There must still be a bit of it there up there. It'd be worth taking a little pic and seeing, wouldn't it? With permission, of course. Glacier, don't blame me. Glacier Bay, of course, as Emma was just describing there, is, you know, again, those pictures will never ever do that justice. We'll move on to Ketchikan as well. And this is beautiful. This is the home of the totem pole, of course. And I think really this whole itinerary is fantastic. Your Alaska itinerary is only over 7 nights. And this is all about the scenery. This is all about what you're taking in. And of course, no 2 cruises in Alaska are ever the same, are they, Emma?
No, absolutely not.
It's just a dream. It really is. And we have a lot included in this offer as well. You are going to really love it. So let's talk through it. Obviously, you can see the full itinerary there. 10 nights, and this is coming up in May. And May isn't that far away if you think about it. I know. It's nearly 24, everybody. Can you believe it? So included in the price that we've got for you is the flight from the UK out to Vancouver. We've got 2 nights in a hotel there, 7 nights of amazing Alaskan cruising on Koningsdam with the signature drinks package. That's been factored in with the Have It All upgrade as well. A Wi-Fi surf package so you can keep in touch, a night of specialty dining, and the specialty dining on board with Holland America is amazing. If it wasn't included, it's very little extra anyway. It's included and factored in to your deal here. And how about $100 of shore excursion credit included too? That sounds good, doesn't it? Plus up to $100 of onboard credit per stateroom as well. Plus, of course, we're including the flight back from the UK from Vancouver. And, oh my word, it just keeps coming, doesn't it? I'm like a magician pulling rabbits out of hats here. Low deposit on this right now. So if you do like the sound of this offer, you can book it for a deposit today of just £99 each. So if you have been waiting for that Alaska experience, with a cruise line that is a little bit more intimate as well, but offers you so much on board. And it's a very comprehensive package as well that we factored in with Have It All as well, to have the drinks there, a bit of specialty dining, some shore excursion credit and some onboard credit too. It's brilliant. Here's your price tag for the entire package, and we'll talk about other dates in just a moment, but let's give you a price tag for this 2nd of May date, which is here at $1,999. Now there are other dates, so if you want to go later on in the year, May through to September, not just next year but also in 2025, yeah, we are super advanced booking at the moment. The cruise lines are even going into 2026 at the moment as well, but let's stay a bit closer to home right now. But if you wanted to plan, I mean, an Alaska cruise like this is a big adventure, and you might want some more time to sort of plan that in. It might coincide with an anniversary, or, you know, maybe you've got some holiday plans already in for the start of next year. You want something for a little later, or you want the prospect going into 2025. These are all amazing. Let's have a look at upgrades. Of course, as Emma mentioned, a lot of people do want to take the upgrade at least to an ocean view. Well, how about yet another rabbit out of the hat? How about you go for an ocean view upgrade at $599, and we say to you, well, you know what, we'll upgrade you again to a balcony. How amazing is that? I mean,
Amazing.
How many more pluses can we get into this offer? It is ridiculous. I would take advantage of it sooner rather than later. As we all know, in travel, locking in a really good deal right now means, 1, the price is guaranteed. 2, you can put a low deposit down, and that gives you a peace of mind and some budgeting breathing room as well, doesn't it, Emma? Which we all need.
Exactly.
In terms of holiday planning. And, you know, obviously you want to plan in as many holidays as you possibly can, don't you?
Of course.
Definitely.
The more the merrier.
That looks incredible. It
Yeah.
really does. I mean, I know already that for the price you pay, the service, the breadth of offering that you have on board. I mean, honestly, there are a lot of cruise lines where the menus are very similar, quite, you know, minimal and samey throughout your cruise. Holland America completely turned that upside down.
Yeah, the food is phenomenal, and I think, you know, especially for Alaska, we've been sailing there the longest. We are the experts. We have, you know, more sailings to Glacier Bay than any other cruise line. It's everything that we do around the destination on board with our Alaska Up Close programming and bringing it all to life. So yeah, the food, the entertainment, all of our excursions, you know, award-winning excursions, something for everyone, absolutely, you know, as adventurous or as you want to be. So
that's a good point, actually, and we'll touch on excursions as we go through the other offers in this show as well. Right, let's move on to the Far East, because Holland America do specialise in Alaska, but they can take you around the world as well. So let's go to the Far East right now on a Discovery. It's an 18-night package altogether for the 7th of November next year, and we'll fly first out to Hong Kong. And we've got a 2-night stay in Hong Kong. Incredible city. Actually, I was watching loads and loads of videos this week on all places around the world. Hong Kong, what a fascinating place. They have the Avenue of Stars, which you can go and wander there in Victoria Harbour, which looks wonderful. So many things to enjoy. And then we are on board Noordam. We are on board for 2 weeks as well, 14 fabulous nights. It's the crew and the service on board as well that makes a cruise for a lot of people, and it's why so many people come back to Holland America, isn't it?
It really is, yeah. And you know, Noordam is a little bit smaller, so although you still have that, you know, you really feel the essence of space on board. Our public areas, we like to be uncrowded, and it allows that service to be a bit more personalised. You know, the crew on board are so happy, and that really comes across, and it's definitely something, you know, a reason why people sail again and again with Holland America.
Do you know what I love as well? In terms of your offerings in the evenings, in terms of lounges and entertainment venues, if you want loud and wild, it's there.
Yep.
If you want slower, sedate, just, you know, something in the background while you chat away with your other half, it's all there, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah. There is something for everyone. You know, there's quieter lounges, so you can just go grab a drink and, you know, enjoy the bar, the essence of whatever it is. Yeah,
responsibly, of course, one at a time, as we all know. That's the rules here. Right, out of Hong Kong, here we go for 14 fabulous nights on Noordam. We've got a day at sea into Halong Bay, which is Hanoi in Vietnam, which is beautiful, emerald green seas there. Thousands of towering limestone islands topped by rainforests. Oh, amazing. And lots of excursions opportunities along the way as well. Then we go into Chiang Mai, again in Vietnam, the local ancient villages here. The Temple of the Lady Buddha. There's the tallest statue in Vietnam at Sun Tra. The Marble Mountains are there, which are made of marble and limestone. How interesting. Next, we have a day at sea into Nha Trang. And again, Emma, along the way, if people are unfamiliar with any of these destinations, loads and loads of excursions.
Absolutely, yeah. And we, you know, we have longer port days so that we have, you know, they can enjoy time, not clock watching, and really immerse, you know, in all the destinations and cultures that they're going to. So that's something that's key. Which
is really nice. And then, of course, you come back to the familiarity every single night of the ship itself. Ho Chi Minh City, beautiful. What an amazing destination to go and visit. And then we head down into Cambodia as well, Sihanoukville, beautiful. This is southwestern Cambodia. The beaches there are amazing. There's a big national park there as well, if you fancy a wander. This will be the highlight on this itinerary as well, the next port, because we're going into Laem Chabang, which is the port for Bangkok. 2 full days and a night there as well. That'll be an interesting night as well to head into Bangkok as well, because complete contrast from day to night there. And we arrive at the end of the cruise into Singapore. Of course, we started in Hong Kong and then we arrive back into Singapore, but not before we've been to Koh Samui. Sorry, I've forgotten about Koh Samui. And there's lots there, like the secret Buddha garden, which looks like pure paradise as well, and lots of lovely, incredible temples. There's the end of the cruise in Singapore. See, it just keeps giving and giving and giving, this cruise. And then, of course, you fly back to the UK. Again, we've got another exceptional offer on this whole package. Remember, this is for next winter as well. November is a great time to get away for a holiday. I always do. Always like to get away in November, because it gives you something to look forward to when it's cold, damp, dreary. I drove in this morning. Mist, dark, cold, horrible. You know what it's like. It's the time of year when the clocks have gone back and everything, and you just need something to look forward to. And the other side of the world is something great to look forward to. So 18 nights in total. The price includes the flight from the UK out to Hong Kong, 2 nights in a hotel there, 14 nights of cruising on Holland America's Noordam, sailing through Vietnam, Cambodia and Thailand with your overnight in Bangkok. The cruise ends in Singapore, of course. Remember, while you're on the cruise, this one includes the elite drinks package, which is fantastic. 2 nights of speciality dining, and the speciality dining restaurants are to die for on these ships. $200 each of shore excursion credits for the cruise, Wi-Fi, and your crew appreciation charges, so your gratuities, your tips, are also factored into this as well. Plus, of course, the flight back from Singapore at the end of the cruise. Wow, and a partridge in a pear tree. Low deposits on this one as well, just £299 each today to get the price that we've got in for you. This is extraordinary. This is extraordinary. Look at this, $3,299 per person. Now, with a budget that is this good for getting so much, remember the cruise started in Hong Kong and you've got your couple of nights there, and the cruise finishes in Singapore. Now, this package as it is flies you straight back from Singapore. But for that price, I think I would speak to the team about adding a couple of nights in a hotel in Singapore, because it's a place that if you've never been to, it is just so full of vibrancy, and there's something going on every single day of the year. So speak to the team if you want to do that. Of course, the great thing with us here at Cruise1st is we can be super flexible with you. We can make arrangements. If you wanted longer in Hong Kong before you cruise, we can make that happen for you as well. Just speak to the team and they'll help you out with that. Here's the details if you want to upgrade on the cruise. This is incredible. I mean, absolutely incredible. And when we talk about speciality dining on Noordam, we've got the choice of the most exquisite restaurants, haven't we, on board?
We have the Pinnacle Grill is my absolute favourite. Yeah, the steaks are to die for, and the service in there is just phenomenal. So yeah, they've got it included.
And which is just brilliant. It's absolutely fantastic. It's called a have it all upgrade, and what we've done is we've factored it into these offers, because if we hadn't, given the value that is there, for the rate it is, you would take it anyway. So you know what, we've just taken all the confusion out of it, as we do with other cruise lines as well, just so you have it all, you know, the best of it. Talking of which, how about doing that in the Caribbean? Yes, please. 17 nights, all-inclusive, tropical Caribbean. This package is available on various dates from November next year through to March in 2025. Going to give you the price for the 28th of November next year, which is the perfect time to go and see the Caribbean. And we'll fly first out to Miami. We've got a 2-night hotel stay in Miami in the States. Oh, my word. Every time I see this footage of Miami, I just long to be there. Have you ever been, Emma?
I have.
Have you?
I love it.
What did you do in Miami? Tell me quickly.
Everything. I docked out of there when I used to work on board. So
oh, did you?
Lots of South Beach.
Oh,
lovely brunch.
Amazing, amazing. Then we're on New Statendam. Now, New Statendam, slightly different to the two ships we've seen already in this show. She's very much a musical theme, isn't she, New Statendam?
Yes. So she's another of our Pinnacle class. So she's sister to Koningsdam that we were talking about. So again, you know, all the extra entertainment, dedicated venues and dining on board. She's absolutely stunning. And the artwork, as you mentioned, you know, millions of dollars on board, and it's a tour in itself.
Well, that's the thing, actually, is you could spend several days just admiring the art.
Yeah, and every stairwell you go down, you see something new, and it's really unique and quirky, and yeah, she's absolutely beautiful. In
terms of the accommodation, let's touch on the accommodation. Really home from home, and everything you need is there. And in terms of what you can enjoy in your stateroom as well, full room service menu.
Complimentary.
Like epic. Even your full breakfast. So if you're on an early excursion in the morning, you can have full breakfast delivered to your stateroom first thing in the morning, served up as it would be in the restaurant.
Exactly.
Oh, my word.
The best.
Where do I sign? Just looks amazing. And it is the perfect partner, really. These ships are perfect partners for somewhere like the Caribbean, aren't they? Exactly.
And they're mid-sized, you know, so they're perfectly sized and uncrowded, and that's what we're, you know, renowned for. We also, on these class of ships, have 5-berth family staterooms, so great for larger families because they have an extra toilet and separate bathroom. Okay. Or, you know, families that just want a bit more space. So. Because
that's a big thing at the moment, isn't it? Multi-generational cruising. I think after our pause in travel, you know, people have realised the joy of being together. Exactly. And actually they're taking these kind of holidays together as a family. They're like, right, okay, while we can, Let's do it. Let's do it, yeah. And it's nice to do, actually, isn't it? It's nice, actually, if you're cruising with family also to have your own space as well, because, of course, everyone can do exactly what they want to. Here's the itinerary that we've got for you. We're not going to go place by place. I'll just show you the whole list as well, because we're going to run out of time very, very quickly. But, Emma, we take 2 visits into Half Moon Cay. Now, tell me about that.
The the dream. She's paradise.
So this is Holland America's own resort?
Yes, it's our award-winning private island.
What happens there?
Miles and miles of pristine white beach. The sand is like nowhere else, and the water is like drinking water. It's so clear. So rent some snorkel gear and get out there. It can be as relaxing or adventurous as you want it to be. That we have lots of cabanas, so you know, butler service in the cabanas. There's big ones for 10 people with hot tubs, or smaller 2-person ones. You can do jet ski tours around the island. We have a spa there, so you can have a massage on the beach. We have a stingray cove as well, so there's so much going on, even on a little tiny pristine island. We also bring all of the food off as well, so it's barbecue on the beach complimentary to our guests, and there's a lobster shack, and we have a I wish I could stay here forever bar, so grab a cocktail or a bucket of beer and get on a hammock and enjoy.
Okay, I'm just going to say to Laura, who is our product manager for Holland America, that's the cruise I need to be on. Just saying, Half Moon Cay, I need to see it for myself. Obviously for research purposes only. So listen, if you like the sound of this holiday and what's not to love about every element of it, every word that Emma says, I'm like, yes, thank you, yes, more, yes. So this is for November next year, 17 nights in all. Included is the price from the flight from the UK out to Miami. We've got 2 nights in a hotel there. 14 nights of all-inclusive cruising on the new Staten Dam. How amazing. Just imagine for a second, all-inclusive cruising around the Caribbean without a worry that every time you go to the bar and whatever, what's going on the account? It's not. It's all factored in. New Staten Dam, you're on board, of course, taking a cruise around the Caribbean. 2 visits to Half Moon Cay that we were just talking about as well. Included the elite drinks package, 2 nights of specialty dining, $200 each of shore excursion credits for the cruise, which is brilliant. Wi-Fi and your crew appreciation charges are all factored in too. Plus, of course, the very reluctant flight that you're going to have to take back from the States back to the UK at the end of the cruise. Again, low deposit on this one, £199 each. Your price tag, gosh, you'd almost pay anything, wouldn't you? I nearly said a naughty word then. I'd pay £6-7 grand for that, wouldn't you? Look at that. 2899, and there is so much included in that. The package as a whole, by the way, so if you like the sound of it, from November next year all the way through to March in 2025, obviously price varies by date, so that's the price for the 28th of November. But call the team and we'll give you prices for other dates as well. But get in right now, because this really is your chance to get an incredible deal locked in with a low deposit. Here's upgrade details as well. Listen, I don't need an upgrade detail for that. You know, I'm in. I'm completely in, aren't you? That is unbelievable, isn't it?
Get me there now.
Well, listen, I mean, you only have to look out of your own window today, don't you, to just know that the prospect of some time in the Caribbean at the back end of the year, I mean, it just makes so much sense, doesn't it?
I'm going there at New Year.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh my word, right, okay, I'm blocking you straight away on social media. I don't want to see those pictures. I'll be crying. I hope you have a wonderful time though.
Thank you.
I really do, how incredible. I can't believe that our time has run out already.
I know.
And we've only scratched the surface.
We have.
Okay, can you come back in a fortnight?
Yes.
Good, brilliant. Emma, thank you so much, lovely to meet you.
Thank you for having me.
And oh my word, my head is still very much in Half Moon Cay, enjoying that cabana and just looking at the powdery sandy beach and the barbecue comes to you and all of that kind of stuff. I'm completely and utterly there. Sorry, Mr. P, you've lost me now completely. What am I meant to do? Who am I? Right, give us a call right now. 0800 953 4700. Get one of those booked in right now with the low deposits and so many perks over and over again. Stay right where you are. There's more on the way.